So you might be asking, what kind of tomfoolery does he have going on top of his gun there? This is a hollow sun optic right there. I actually have a link to Optics Planet where you guys can get this one. It's set up in low profile configuration, but you also get a discount if you use our code. But that is not the subject of this video. This is a C39V2, but you're asking yourself, how did he get that optic on top of there? Like, what kind of tomfoolery is that? QD off. This is the Occam Defense sight tower. If you guys remember back a few months ago, we did a video with Brian from Occam Defense, and what this is a complete sight tower that replaces your old sight tower on your AK-47. Now, you guys will say, well, they already have those sorts of things, and they just you punch a pin out and you can just, you know, replace your rear sight leaf with, you know, the Picatinny rail. Well, the problem with that is, so this attaches directly to the barrel. The sight tower attaches directly to the barrel. It's directly interfaced with the barrel. It's solid. If you have a sight leaf, you have a thing that attaches to the barrel, and then you have a thing that's attached to it that's then attached to your optics. So you see where we're going here? You're going a thing, and then a thing, and then a thing, right? So not only do you have a height problem, right, with getting way up over top of your top cover, making it hard to get a cheek weld on your optic, right? But now you've got multiple points of failure across the spectrum of the system. So this replaces all that with a Picatinny rail. Now what's neat about this is this also doubles as, I'm not sure if we can get that in there, maybe I'll get you a piece of B-roll, as your rear sight. And it is right at the height that you need for the rear sight at a battle setting. So this is designed as a no bullshit solution for those of you guys out there who want to use your AKs as your fighting rifle, as your home defense rifle. This is for 0 to 300 yards. If you plan to use this gun from 0 to 300 yards as a defensive rifle, take this gun, take this thing, slap an optic on top of it, and you're ready to go. Now, the only downside to this is this has to be installed by somebody who knows what they're doing, right? I actually didn't install this thing. I sent this gun away to Brian from Occam Defense. He set me up with this thing. There are going to be 3 different variants. This one is the casting. There's going to be a billet, and then also a forging for those of you who want to spend the money on the forging. So different price points, different strokes for different folks. Whatever you guys want, they will be available for this thing. Now, what we're going to be doing here today is beating the crap out of this thing because we want to know how tough this thing is. I purposefully asked him to send me the casting because I wanted to see if I could break it. And that's what we're going to do here today. But first, we're going to see how this thing works as far as being zeroed without the optic on it. Here we go. See if I can hit anything. 50-yard target. Glasses are all screwed up here. 100-yard target. Over the course of this video, you're going to see that we put a lot of time and ammo behind testing this product. To start out with, I beat it around the range for the first month or so, and then I took it out on the road with me and put it on the line at both the Big 3 East event in Daytona, Florida, and the Iraq Veteran Shoot to really get the round count up. While I was on the road, I also took a pit stop to see my friend Dawn at the Such 00 channel, and we got an opportunity to discuss the mount a little bit.
Now, we were shooting this C39 with the Occam Defense mount, and honestly, when Curtis first showed it to me, I thought, well, you know, I have a Krebs Custom that we have at the range here that has kind of a similar type thing where the sight is replaced with a mount, and this, you know, it's just really a good point. But one of the things about this Occam Defense mount is that this is actually built into the tower itself. And so that puts it right with the barrel. So this is going to give you, a better point of accuracy. Now, one thing about the AK, it's known for it to, not be necessarily super accurate. Combat accurate is fine, and some rifles are better than others, but there's never been a really decent way to mount a scope to really find out what the accuracy is all about. I mean, the receiver's fine, but you got the receiver way back here, and then you've got a mount, and then it comes up, and there's a long way to your barrel, which really gives you that solid accuracy. Now here with the Krebs Custom, this is to me a really great idea because you just replace your sight, and then you have this mount which is fairly rigid. I mean, this is a very good platform, but with the Occam Defense, it's built in. It's going to give you a lot of extra mounting capability, really sturdy and steady, and so I really love that. Much better than putting it especially on your handguard, which is ridiculous.
Which is probably the worst place to put it.
Well, besides your dust cover.
Yeah, besides the rickety
dust cover.
Yeah. After returning home, it was time to get down to brass tacks and see if we could shatter this casting. I started out by blowing through a bunch of ammo to try and heat up the mount. And then I rapidly quenched it. Unfortunately, in the process, I lost the optic to the dark depths of the pond. No hollow, son. All gone. Undeterred, I went through a series of mediums for impact testing to determine if we had done it. We started out with wood in the form of a tree. Then we moved to stone. And when no damage was apparent, I went for the hardest thing on the range, the armored steel targets. Though it was seriously marred up, the rifle still maintained 0 and could accept optics. Let's go ahead and pick up from the field and continue the testing. Welcome to Ohio autumn, where the temperature can fluctuate anywhere from 90 degrees to snowing. It's been sleeting in the rain all day today. It's about 30 degrees outside. My toes are frozen, my fingers are frozen. I haven't quite adapted to the winter yet, so we're gonna do our best today. But what we're out here to do today is play some more with the Occam mount. As you can see, this is after I've beaten the heck out of it. And I wanna see how this thing hold 0 as far as how did it hold up to the beating it around, did it maintain 0, and how does it work as far as a rear sight is concerned. And to do that, I've got a target out there at about 300 yards. We're going to shoot it with this in this configuration. I do have a new optic that Optics Planet was nice enough to send to me. It's a primary arms, but we're not going to use it for this segment. Shooting off of my super stable rest here, and I think I got you guys with me. Now guys, remember, doing this sort of stuff without eye protection on is not a good idea, but the target's far enough away that it should be all right. The only thing I really have to worry about is anything getting kicked up off of the hay bale, and it's been raining, so it's probably going to be fairly minimal. So here we go. I did not shoot this beforehand, so we'll see. Hello, first shot. Well, guys, I didn't do so well. I kind of broke my ear pro halfway through the sequence there, and yeah, I probably could have shot a lot better, but I was kind of holding all my crap together and, you know, trying to save what little hearing I have left. So fingers frozen, ear pro screwed up, making all kinds of excuses for myself. I didn't do very well, but not for the sight. You know, I mean, I could clearly see the target. There's plenty of room to resolve the target from the sight, especially since that front sight is all covered in dirt from the previous testing. It made the resolution pretty high. But you know, maybe we'll come out here on a day that isn't so crappy, maybe with that primary arms red dot, and see if we can't hit something at that distance with this AK. Totally capable, just the shooter was not doing it today.
Can you hit it while it's swinging? Come on, Jeffro.
This must be the new steel core stuff. Yep. The tactical bacon in the twilight. Man, is that sky pretty. You cannot get that any other time of year pretty much around here. So what you got the Occam defense on the C39 V2. It's looking good.
The C39 is not.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, that gun's got like 10,000 rounds on it. It was the one that we drug behind the truck. I mean, that thing has just been through hell. So, anyway, last rounds on the testing for the Occam defense. Go ahead and do it. Gosh, that steel core stuff is awesome, man. I tell you what. All right, guys, well, that is our look at the Occam Defense sight tower. We very much appreciate Brian over at Occam Defense hooking us up with the build. They're retrofitting that gun so that it is so that it's good to go with their mount on it. These things are shipping now to anybody who wants to do the home build thing, or if you want to send it into a manufacturer and use their process for getting it on. Again, guys, not something that I would suggest that your amateur guy puts on their gun. But if you are familiar with home building and you want to transform your rifle into something no nonsense, home defense AK-47, I think that what they got going on over at Occam Defense is pretty solid. Well played, sir. Well played.
Let's get out of here. I'm hungry.
All right.
Out.
You're an ignoramus.